They just say milk tea, but actually it should be a barley milk tea. So you have barley black tea, barley green tea, and barley milk tea. You understand? The red one is barley black tea. The green one is barley green tea. And this be cream. That's the barley milk tea.
Thank you very much.
So that just says milk tea, but it's actually barley milk tea. They come in milk short barley. In America, 比较没有 barley teas, you know. I would just have black teas and lemon tea and things like that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now
Question number one is where are you from?
Okay, I'm from the United States of America, California. I was born in Northern California, but I grew up in Southern California. At one time, I lived in the LAX. What is LAX? LA Airport. But I then moved to Riverside. And that's where I'm from.
Okay. And question number two is why did you come to Taiwan?
I'm a Christian, a pastor, and so I came as a missionary, and I've been pastoring a church after learning Chinese at Shida. Yeah.
Then how long have you been here?
Over 40 years.
40 years.
A long time. I remember when I soon got here on Roosevelt Road, a Christian was very happy. He says, this is the first building of its type in Taiwan. H-Gong. The first H-Gong building in Taiwan. You know what I mean? Actually, in America, they might say I-Gong.
Yeah,
I-beam. But in Taiwan, it's an H-beam.
Okay, next question is what are the things that you like when living in Taiwan best?
I'm not sure quite how to answer that. When I came to Taiwan, I like to catch butterflies. Yeah. And actually, if you look around you, I still like painting. Yeah.
What painting is?
What?
Painting the butterfly.
No, very seldom, only one. But painting other things. So those are things I like to do. And living in Taiwan, my wife cooks very well. So we have a mixture of American and Taiwan. I like some Taiwan food and others not so much. You know, like if you go to a good restaurant, it is good. But if you want me to eat watery rice, you know, watery rice doesn't seem too interesting to me. But those are things that I like. When I first came and catch butterflies, I could go into the mountains. I could go to different places in Taiwan. That I like that in Taiwan. Taiwan is relatively safe.
Yeah.
You know, there are some places that are not safe anymore, but Taiwan, you do not have to worry that much about safety. Okay, that's enough.
Okay, thanks. Then next question, number 4. What are the things that you least like when living in Taiwan?
Okay. Taiwan can be crowded. Yeah, crowded. Many people. What I like is I live up on a hill, and we have forest behind us, and I can have flowers and trees. That's what I like. But most people in Taiwan, you cannot have that. You walk out your front door and it's a street. And so the nature of it being crowded for most people in Taiwan is not good. But this is the difference. The place I live is more like as if I were living in America. I have space. But in Taiwan, you don't have space. I'll give you an example. When I was growing up in America, in front of me were orange groves. Behind me were open hills. I could walk anywhere I wanted to. A lot of space. In Taiwan, everything is crowded. So that is a problem. Along with the crowding can be pressures. You know what pressure is?
Yeah.
压力 is,
Yeah.
is in Chinese. And the kind of pressures for students and people, it's not good.
Yeah, the Taiwan's ground is
Yeah.
more.
In America, when I was growing up, things were much better. In America now, things have gotten worse. There's more pressure, more friction. You know what friction?
Yeah, tweet.
Yeah. In America now than there used to be. But in Taiwan, there has always been this kind of pressure. And the pressure, you have to do good. You know.
Just the crowd.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, last question is, can you introduce something delicious in your country?
What?
Country.
Something that is delicious.
Yes.
Okay.
California.
My mother came to Taiwan, and so she taught Esther how to make turkey. A big turkey. We have an oven.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's to be a Thanksgiving turkey, and for Christmas too. And I like that. And the turkey, you put inside of it a stuffing inside the turkey, dressing. I like the American turkey. Now people talk about apple pie. But yesterday, my wife made what is called an apple cobbler. It's not a pie, but it's the apple with the cinnamon, and it has all the apple flavor. It's not a regular pie, but it's like you chop the apple up, and I like the apple cobbler. It's easier than making an apple pie, and that is good.
Okay.
There are other things I could say, like you could talk about hamburgers and pancakes. You know what pancakes are?
Yeah.
I do like pancakes with the syrup, and I still eat hamburgers somewhat. But in America, you can have many hamburgers in many places. In Taiwan, you have Burger King and McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things. Okay.
Okay, that is the old question.
And goodbye. And
Okay. Thank
Let
you
me-
very much.
ask you a question.
Okay.
Is studying English hard or easy?
To me, it is maybe hard.
Okay. In teaching English, if I were asking questions, I would first ask you, what is your name?
What's your name? Eric.
My name is Eric. How old are you?
I'm 16.
16 years old. What grade are you in?
What grade? 1 grade and 15 class.
Huh? 5th grade.
15. 1 grade and 15 class.
Oh, okay. And then, where do you live?
I live Tofen.
You live in Tofen?
Yeah.
Where do you go to school?
Where to go to school? I go to school by bike. No.
It's
Where?
a high school, right?
High school, yeah.
You would have to, you use the Chinese name. What is the name of your high school?
竹南高中，竹
Yeah,
南高
that'd be Junan High School.
Junan
You don't want to say Junan Gaozhong, it's
Junan High
Junan
School.
High School.
Oh.
Those are the basic questions all of you should be able to answer. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, goodbye.
Okay, thank you very much.
没有没有，我们拍合要拍个合照吗？